What's up everybody, we're back with another video, and today I want to do a quick update on the 200 litre tank, as well as a quick feeding video as well, so you guys can actually see what these guys look like when they're eating, because I think it's super cool and I don't think I've actually done a lot of them, so I think you guys will enjoy that. So let's start. So here we are, you can see swimming across the tank are two Giraffenose Catfish. That is because I ended up moving the Giraffenose Catfish that I got the other day straight into this tank pretty much that same evening, because he was just fighting way too much with the Jardini Arowana, who, as you can see in the back, is now in this tank as well. It's only been a few days since I got them, and the reason I moved them in is because they were just not doing well in the quarantine tank with the Datnoid and the bass. So they're in here. They're not showing any signs of parasites or ick or anything of the sort. I am keeping an eye on them, and we'll see how it goes. We pretty much take each day as it comes. The new giraffe cat, if you can see, there is a considerable size difference between it and the original giraffe cat. He has a really weird personality, and I'm not really sure if that's normal of giraffe cats, because he swims more towards the upper ends of the tank for some reason, and it really does kind of concern me, but we will see. The Jardini Arowana has a couple of nips on the fin, but, I will keep an eye on it every day, see how it's doing, really. I mean, if I need to do anything, I've also got this tank all set up just in case the Arowanas don't get along, or if there was something going on with one of the fish particularly bullying the Jardini. We've also got one of the tinfoil barbs at the back has got attacked a few days ago. He's doing a bit better now. I am treating the tank with Melafix so his injuries heal. I did try and net him out, but then I decided against it because it would just stress him out, and they don't do well by themselves, and trying to catch all of them just didn't make any sense. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on there. Now, what I actually wanted to talk to you about is look at the size difference between the silver Arowana and the Jardini Arowana. The Jardini Arowana is about 10 centimeters, and I got the silver Arowana at the exact same size. Maybe, a centimeter here or there difference, but not that big of a difference. And as you can see, the silver Arowana, we've had it for about a month, has grown significantly. It is about 15 centimeters. It's longer than the Redtail Catfish is. In fact, he's doing really, really well. But you can see this guy has grown about 2 inches within a month. So people say Redtail Catfish are monster fish that grow really, really quickly, and sometimes they can forget that Arowanas are pretty much the same. The other Arowana I had did not grow this fast. It was a significantly slower grower, and I don't know why. It was just sometimes you get really bad genetics. I mean, my Gar is taking forever to grow. He's supposed to grow an inch a month, so, and he's eating fine for the most part. But there we go, yeah. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to update you on what's going on in this tank. As you can see, it looks a bit more stocked now, as well as just talking about how quickly this Arowana has grown, because it wasn't until I put the Jardini in the tank with it that I realized it has grown so much in such a short time. Now, I don't really see the Arowana picking on the Jardini much, so I don't know what has been picking on him, but I have seen his fins nipped up. Even though they don't look nipped up at the moment, I might have maybe just been seeing things in the trick of the light, but I am pretty sure that they have been torn a bit. I don't know if it was when I moved him or if he's been picked on or anything like that, but we will see. And if he doesn't look like he's doing too well, but he does manage to get food, which you guys will see, I will end up moving him to the little separate tank. He's got his own quarantine tank, pretty much is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and get all the food ready, show you what I feed them, and then we will go ahead and feed the fish. Alrighty, so as you can see, we have 3 things that I prepared. I usually feed these daily, in fact. So we've got sinking pellets for the Oscar, the Flowerhorn, all the catfish, as well as the tinfoil barbs. I've got some shrimp, mainly the arowana and the redtail, and sometimes the Oscar will try and get some. And I've also got this food sticks, which are again for the mainly for the arowanas, but the Oscar and sometimes the Flowerhorn does go for it. And rarely, well, the tinfoil barbs go for them because they tend to get full up on the sinking cichlid gold. So yeah, these are the 3 things I tend to feed every day, because there are different fish in my tank and they all want food. So we'll go ahead and feed them. I felt like I was going to say more, but nothing else came to mind. So as you can see, the arowana, the Oscar and the Flowerhorn know that I'm going to feed them. They always come to this side of the tank because this is where they get their food. And although it looks like there is a lot of food going into this tank, we have 3 large catfish, as you can see, a large Oscar, and 7 tinfoil barbs, so a lot of food is required to feed this tank. But I do not feed this tank daily. Sometimes I will feed it 2 or 3 days in a row and then give it a day break, or I'll do it every other day, and I just change it up because these fish do not need to eat every single day. So the arowana are still skittish around me, which is completely fine and to be expected. So we'll see exactly what happens. But yeah, the Jardini is eating, as you can see. That's not coronavirus, it's just a cough. But I'm surprised because the arowana usually tends to just jump at the shrimp, but I think it's because I'm talking a bit too loud and it doesn't really like that. But yeah, the shrimp does not last long because the redtail pretty much gobbles it all up. Now, I don't know how much food the Oscar has in its mouth, but sometimes it'll eat a lot and then it will end up spitting everything back out, and you will just see how much food that thing can gobble. But yeah, so as you can see, the Jardini is eating. He's not a huge fan of the food sticks, but he will pretty much have no choice but to eat them, because if he doesn't get the shrimp fast enough, he does eat the shrimp occasionally if he is fast enough and brave enough to come to the left hand side of the tank where I tend to feed them. They will eat. But yeah, I know I was saying that the arowana has gotten massive, but yeah, this redtail is fat, like big fat. I am going to move him out of this tank very soon. He's not too big for the tank. I mean, you know, I think I could leave him in here a bit longer, but I think with the tinfoil barbs and the Flowerhorn, as well as the Jardini Arowana, there are just a lot of small fish. There are also 2 other big catfish as well, so I think because there are 3 large catfish, they're all competing for the same food, they'll start to get a bit more aggressive towards one another. And I think that it might just be best to move just to keep the peace. I'm not really sure how I feel about the smaller Giraffenose Catfish. He does irk me a lot in just the way he just the way he's not conventional, and it's not because I care whether my fish is perfect or not. It's more just I'm worried that the behavior he's displaying is a sign that he might not be 100%, or that he's just stressed out or something of the sort. He doesn't feel comfortable in this tank maybe. But, you know, he's not always super weird. He sometimes just sits in the tank like a usual catfish does. So yeah. But yes, I think after the Redtail, I think I'd have to say it's tied between the Oscar and the Arowana for the largest eaters. They eat a lot of food, and in some of my videos on Instagram at least, you'll see that the Arowana is swimming around with a massive piece of shrimp in his mouth, like a whole shrimp. He's not that big compared to a piece of shrimp. His head at least isn't. It's probably about the same size really. So he can eat quite a mouthful. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. I kind of just wanted to show you that the Arowana and the Giraffenose had been moved into this tank. They've been in here for about 2-3 days, and they're sort of doing well in this tank. We'll kind of see how well they're doing. I mean, I think I might have to move the Jardini Arowana out of this tank. But, I mean, the Arowana, the silver Arowana got beat up as well when it first moved in. But because he started eating and was quite aggressive with the food, I had no worries about him. Here, this Jardini is a bit less aggressive, so we'll see. And we'll also see about the Giraffenose Catfish, because I'm not really sure how I feel about him at the moment. I might move him to another tank, or we'll see what happens, really. He might just go into the pool pond with all the big guys. But, yeah. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys all keeping safe and kind of finding new things to do during coronavirus, as you're kind of limited. We are slowly being let out a bit more, I think. I'm not really keeping track with the news as much as I should be, but yeah, I hope you guys are doing alright, and I hope you guys continue to watch my videos. So thank you so much for stopping by. Peace out.